everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, guess who's back in town, boo-boos? That's right, I'm back. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making an envelope banner. We're going to be making this little bad boy right here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys step by step on how to make this little bad boy. And I'm also going to show you guys the little goodies that I put inside here. I'm not really going to take them out right now. I'm going to just allow you guys to see that on the video. If you guys notice, we're in our new little office here. So it is a lot smaller, but it is doable. And honestly, to tell you the truth, it works. It really, really works. So this is my new background. You are not going to be seeing my mess. Thank God, because I was so like not that happy about you guys always seeing the back of my whole disaster. This time the whole disaster is right in front of me, so then like that I could you guys don't get to see that. There's going to be a tutorial. I know I've been saying that there's going to be a few of them and I haven't really made them yet, but honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, I'm just barely getting back. That move was a kick in the because we did go through a little bit of hiccups. We had hiccups with the Edison. We had hiccups. We still have hiccups with the internet and stuff like that. So they're going to come out and probably do that whole recabling and all that stuff. So anywho. So I haven't really been able to upload any videos. And I know that a lot of you have probably been thinking like, oh my God, well, where did he go? I've been here, boo-boos. I've been here. The only thing is I've been trying to get this whole house together. And at the same time, I've been trying to get this whole office together. And then my whole entire setup, we have a new little halo light. That's what you see right here, because this room would have been a lot darker. So we have a new halo light. So see, could you see it on my glasses? So we have that, and we also have the background back here where you're not gonna, you're not going to be seeing that whole paper mess and the desk full of stuff and stuff like that. So anywho, so in this video, we're going to be making these little banners. Apparently, these are like the in thing right now in the swapping world. I'm not really doing any swapping right now, but I will start making some little lists and stuff like that. So we'll start swapping here on Facebook. But as of right now, I'm not really swapping. However, I am going to be making some tutorials that have to do with swapping. So we're going to go ahead and make these little bad boys right here. These are the little envelope banners. I was thinking, it's really cute because you could make these banners into any kind of theme. You could make them into any kind of occasion. So they could be like a happy birthday little banner. It could be, there's just so many things. It could even be, like I said, a theme. If you're going to be making a little birthday party, how cute would this be to be part of the decoration? And then the birthday girl, the birthday boy. What were you going to say right there, Jesse? I have no idea, boo-boo. But I was getting a little tongue twister right now. See? Getting back into the thing. And it's just like, I got to get my mojo back, boo-boo. So anywho, making these into any kind of little theme. And, the little birthday boy or birthday girl is able to get some goodies that are in here. Because you could put definitely a few little goodies. You can't really stuff these too much because it is an envelope and you don't want these to be too bulky, but nevertheless, they are super fun, super easy. We're going to go ahead and use our We Are Memory Keepers punch board, the envelope. It's a 3-in-1 actually, to tell you the truth. It does a bow, it does a box, and it does the envelopes. But there's so many different envelope boards out there right now. You guys could go ahead and use whatever it is that you guys want. I believe that most of all the measurements on all of the envelope boards are almost all the same. So if we're going to have like a 6x6 paper, I'm going to explain to you guys when we do this, but I'm also going to explain to you right now. But if you have a 6x6 paper, all you're going to do is just like mark it at the 3-inch and then punch and score, and then turn it 3-inch, punch and score. It's really, really easy. That's going to go ahead and give you this size of a banner. I believe that this size of a banner is actually really cute. Let me see what size it is exactly. It is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this is a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 little banner envelope banner. Jesse, get it right. Come on, Bobo. Your first tutorial back and you're already messing it all up. So this is a 3 3 3/4 inch little envelope, and that was out of a 6x6. So you guys are going to go ahead and see how I make that. I'm not going to waste any more time, guys, because I know you guys want to get down and dirty. So let's get down and dirty, and I will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty then, my little crafty monsters, let's get down and dirty and make these little bad boys. So these are the paper packs we will be using to make the envelopes for our little banner. And I did have this paper pack for a while. It's Recollections, and I purchased this at Michael's. I purchased this way back a few years ago. You know, sometimes when they have them on sale, well, that was when I had stocked on these. And so I don't know how old they are, but you definitely could use any kind of print or DSP paper that you guys want to use, and it just makes some envelopes. I'm going to go ahead and cut these sheets down to 6x6. So out of one sheet of paper, you will get 4 little envelopes. I was going to use this plaid, and I believe it was a polka dot one that I chose, but I didn't end up using these ones, so I put these back. I did like this though. I will use that for a different project. So like I said, I didn't end up using those 2 last ones that I picked out, so just discard those. And these are the 4 we will be cutting down to 6x6, and this way this is going to give you 4 little envelopes out of a 12x12. And you can make these into bigger envelopes. However, I decided to not make the envelopes too big on this banner. I didn't want it to be too large. So I wanted to keep it kind of, you know, in the small spectrum. So that's why we're going to go ahead and cut these to 6x6. This will give you an envelope that will measure 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just lay out our little sheets that we will be turning into envelopes, and then we're going to get our envelope board. You guys could use whatever board you guys have, but this I'm just lining it up to 3 inches, punch and score, 3 inches, punch and score. And you're going to go ahead and do that to every single one of these little sheets, as many envelopes as you're going to make for your little banner. And don't forget to go ahead and round the corners on each one of these little envelopes as well. You don't want to, you don't want to leave them kind of pointy like that, because it just doesn't look very finished. I believe that rounding the corners makes it look a little more finished. And right here is where I realized that I didn't do that. So you could either use a corner rounder, anything that you guys have, or you could use your little corner rounder on your little punch board if that's what you're using. And just go ahead and do that to all of your sheets. And then after you're done with this, then you guys could go ahead and start putting these little bad boys together. And I will be using double-sided tape. Now, I know I use a lot of my liquid Aleene's, but today we're going to use some double-sided tape. And so we're going to go ahead and use that, and then close this little bad boy. I do need my tools, because those are what I pick out the little backing on these little double-sided tapes. It just makes it a lot easier. And then just go ahead and make your little envelopes. And these are super easy. Like I said, guys, you guys could make these in any size you guys want. They don't have to be this small. Now, if you are going to be making like a banner that says happy birthday, if this is for a birthday, then you definitely want to keep them small, because have in mind, guys, you will be decorating every single one of these little envelopes, and the more envelopes you have and the bigger the envelope is, the more decoration and thought is going to have to go into it. So I would recommend that you keep these kind of fairly small, but not too small. I thought these were a perfect size. And so go ahead and make all of your little envelopes like I did. Then we're going to go ahead and use our little paper punch. I was going to use this heart one, but then I said, nah, we're just going to use our regular little hole puncher. And so I just got our little We Are Memory Keepers hole puncher, and I'm going to go ahead and punch a little hole on these little bad boys right here. This is where I'm going to go ahead and string a ribbon. I'm not going to string a string or a thread or any kind of twine. I will be using a ribbon for this, so I do want the hole to be a little bit thick. This is the ribbon I chose. It has a little floral print in the middle, and it's really subtle. It's kind of like a light gray, so I thought, hey, this will look cool because it has a little flower, and most of all these little bad boys are going to have a flower. I'm taking out these hole punchers, these paper punchers, but I'm not going to use any of them. I was looking for this little, um, I don't know what this is called, boo boos. Is it like a little hole punch reinforcer kind of? But I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, that this little hole puncher sucks. It really does. Ever since I got it, it gives me such a hard time. As you guys can see, I am struggling. It doesn't really poke through whole like. Okay, so it doesn't really punch through the whole entire paper. It just, I don't know how it cuts it, but you have to really kind of, tear it apart because I don't know. It just does not do a good job. But I don't know if it's just this one that's defected that I got or if they're all like that. I will be purchasing another one just to try it out. And if I get the same results, then I'm sorry. It's just the engineering of this little paper punch. But anyway, so I went ahead and I made some little hole enforcements. I'm going to throw them in this dish because I don't want them to get lost. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that to everything that I bring out. I will be using some of these little designer straws. I know that's not what they're called, but they have a little design on them, so I'm going to call them designer straws. We're going to go ahead and use some of these little bad boys to use as a border on two of the banners. I wasn't sure if I was going to use black and white or if I was going to use that little rainbow kind of. It looks almost like an oil, when you see all the different colors in oil. Well, I mean, that's what I've been told. But so I think that it kind of gives it that look with all those multicolors. And all I'm going to do is just cut them to size, and then I'm going to do a little slit. And once you do that little slit, that's where you're going to go ahead and slip in your little envelope through. And this is super easy. I don't know. I had the straws and I thought about it and I go, that would be really cute to have like a little border around it because it makes it look almost like a little frame. But, it's using what you got, boo-boos. And I'm pretty sure that you guys have a lot of little cute straws out there with different kind of designs that you could definitely use to do a border on any kind of little project. You're gonna start seeing this happen. Watch, guys. I just started something here, boo boos. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that to two of my little banners. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down. I believe that I cut this down to 3 3/4, and then I didn't go all the way up on the side. So we went ahead and cut that down to only 3 inches. So it's 2 at 3 inches and 1 at 3 3/4. And then you're just going to go ahead and cut a little slit. Try to go as straight as possible. I mean, you don't have to be super, super straight, but, try to. So then like that, your straw will not kind of curve to the side. And then put those aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and start picking out some little borders for the other two little banners. And I do want to use this little, it's like a little flower bling. I mean, it is really cute. So this was gifted to me by a friend of mine who I swapped with, and she gifted this to me and I fell in love with it. So we're going to go ahead and use that just as a little border because, I mean, we are using some flower elements on these little banners. So I figured, why not put some little floral bling on there, right? Floral bling, because everybody needs some bling bling up in here, bobos. So go ahead and pick out whatever little border you guys want to use. You guys could use some flat black pearls. How do you say it? Flat black pearls. Or you guys could definitely use some paints. You guys have seen when I kind of do a dry brush on the edges of stuff. I mean, there's just so many things that you guys could do. I mean, really just let your imagination take flight, my boo-boos. You could also just line them up with or washi tapes if you guys want. This is my little treasure knickknacks. As you guys could tell, I have a bunch of little treasures in here, and they're like little blings. There's like little buttons of all kinds of stuff. Those little Paris things are my favorite. This is a bling string right here, and it's all tangled, so I was trying to untangle it. And then this is another one with the little florals in the middle. And then all these are just like loose. But anywho, I was going to pick something from here, but I kind of thought that it really doesn't go with what I'm trying or what I have in my vision. I did leave out those little blings right there, but you guys will notice in our little video later on that we never used them. Sometimes that happens, guys. I mean, you pull out a bunch of stuff that you want to use, because I always say that pull everything out that you would love to use and just go with the flow. And sometimes you don't use it, sometimes you do. Sometimes you use everything that you pull out, but for the most part, just have it on hand in case you're going to use it. And this way your imagination just opens up a lot more, because you have all these elements right in front of you and you're able to just picture it coming together. So right here I was going to use these little ribbons, but I didn't. And I just pulled out some little ladybugs, because we all need some ladybugs up in her. I don't know why you're trying to talk country, Jesse. Don't be trying to talk country right here, boo. As it is, you're already getting tongue twisted and you're trying to throw an accent in there. I don't think it's going to work. But anywho, I'm going to go through my little stash right here. You guys have seen me have take out this little stash of all of my little paper punches and like little embellishment things that I've made and stuff like that. And I just put them in little bags in here, and I just go through them, and then I just use what I want. And I have a few of these little buckets, or these little containers, whatever you want to call them. I have quite a few, so you will see me pull out quite a bit. You have also probably seen me pull out a container full of bling, because I do have one of those little bad boys. And I have a few of them made of just nothing but paper flowers. Anywho, that's how I kind of organize those little bad boys, and so that I could just pull them out whenever I need them. And I know exactly what's in each and every single one of these little containers. So on these little containers, I have like these little project lifestyle cards. And these, I like to have these on hand. What I've done is I'll go to Joann's whenever they have the paper, the DSP paper on sale, and I get the paper that always has like all the cards on them and stuff like that. And then I go home one day and I just cut them all out, and I have them. So if I ever need them, or if I'm going to gift any of them, I always have them on hand. So you guys will always see that I have containers full of a lot of these little kind of cards, because like I said, boo-boos, I like to use them. You could even just cut out the little image on the inside of those cards. I mean, there's just so many things that you can use on these little cards. Also too, because they're double-sided, so you're gonna notice that on some of them on one of them I'm gonna flip it and just use the back side of it. This is my little borders, and some of these have little sentiments, and you could just go ahead and cut out those sentiments and use them for your little project. I love to use these little wordings, you guys. I mean, everybody uses them, honestly, to tell you the truth. I'm not saying that I'm the only one, but you guys do notice that I do use a lot of those little sentiment wordings on my projects, whether it be on my little embellishments or on big projects. I always use them. These are some little rosettes that I've done in the past. There is a tutorial of these exact rosettes way down in the bottom, because it was kind of like one of the very first videos I ever had. You guys are going to notice the big difference between now and then. But anywho, so we're going to go ahead and kind of see how I'm going to layer these and how I want these. I definitely don't want those little butterflies to get messed up, or the little dragonfly, whatever that is, because we will be using that later on. I'm going to end up fussy cutting that little bad boys. Well, those little bad boys. We're going to use some washi tape, because I want a little bit of that little sparkle. And you know Jesse, he always puts the sparkle, because that's just the way it has to be, boo-boos. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my little washi tape, and then I'm going to go ahead and layer my little card on top. Now I want to offset it. Don't worry about the parts that are sticking out. You could always go and cut them with your little scissors, as we are going to do here. And like I said, see how some of these cards are double-sided? That's just perfect for me, because you don't have to use one that has like a sentiment or a little picture in the front. You could also just use just that regular design, and just go ahead and layer your little bad boy. You want to go ahead and layer this first before you put on your little borders that you chose for each and every single one of these little banners. I wanted to keep all of them different. I didn't have a specific color scheme that I was trying to follow. I was just going with the flow. This is a everything goes kind of banner, because I don't want to keep it just either shabby chic, or I don't want to just keep it all like a certain theme or whatever. I want it to be kind of universal so that basically it's just a tutorial that you guys could use to help you make your guys' own, and maybe you guys will use all one specific colors and stuff like that. Well, a few specific colors, but for this case we're not going to go ahead and pick just a few specific colors. We're going to just go with the whole spectrum, whatever I feel looks good and it goes with the flow that I'm trying to do, then we're just going to go ahead and go with it. That's the way that I craft, because I'm not trying to really look and try to match each one of these little colors. So I'm going to back these up on some little foam squares just to give this a little bit of a dimension, because I want it to kind of stick outwards. And then that word fabulous in the middle, because you guys already know this is our favorite word here, boo boos, because we're all fabulous. And so I will be using some of these little bling. They're kind of like little flowers, but they're like a clear white. And I'm going to go ahead and use these as a border for this one, because I did pick a border for this, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with this one because I wanted it to be more of a sparkle all around it. And so this one comes in a strip of 3. They're all 3 strands stuck together. So what I did was I just got my knife and I went ahead and I separated those. You could use all 3 if you guys want. I got these from like a Dollar General. So I don't know. I don't think that Michael's or Hobby Lobby, sorry, or even Joann's would have these. I mean, you would have to look at one of those little Dollar Generals or something like that, and you'll probably find these kind of little bling there, because I've never seen them at the actual stores, especially not Hobby Lobbies, because they always have like different kinds of stickers. But anyway, so now that we went ahead and we put the border on this guy, I'm just going to go ahead and put my little hole punch enforcers. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but that's what we're calling it here, because we really don't know what it's called. So we're just going to go ahead and add that. Just make sure that no glue seeps in through that little hole, because you will glue the other side shut. Trust me when I tell you guys, because it has happened to me. And so go ahead and make sure that your envelope is still opening from the back part, because sometimes the glue does seep through. I'm telling you. I'm not even lying to you, my little crafty monsters. You don't want to go do all of this work and then find out that your envelope is sealed in the back and you can't open it. Especially if you use this this DSP paper, because this DSP paper is really thin, so it'll tear. And then we're just going to go ahead and use our little rosette in front of that little card that we glued down, just to give it kind of like a little layered effect. This is the one that I'm going to use my little straw, so I put glue on the very bottom just so that the straw is glued into place. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the sides. On the back, I'm not going to go all the way up because I don't want the flap to close. And then just go ahead and slide your little straw in. Now, make sure that everything is in there. So you're going to have to slide it in and then open up your flap. That's just the way it worked for me. So go ahead and do that to both sides. And I just think that this kind of gives it a really cute look. I mean, it just looks like it's a little frame. I mean, but some people will probably be like, Jesse, you crazy. That does not look like a little frame. That looks like a straw. But for the most part, it does look like a little frame going around the little banner. And it also gives it a little bit of weight. So the banner will basically kind of swag a little bit the way a banner is supposed to look. And then we're going to go ahead and get our hot glue, and we're going to glue our little ladybugs on here, because these are some wooden stickers. These do have some foam stickers in the back, but those have never really worked that great. So I like to take off that little foam sticker and then I'll just glue them with the hot glue. This way I know that they're going to be secured. Paper to wood, it will glue with the hot glue. So you don't even have to worry about it like coming off or falling off or anything like that. With the hot glue and the wood and the paper, it will stick on there and it will be permanent. So we were just going to go ahead and leave the 3, but I said no, we're just going to use a 4th little ladybug, because 4 is better. And we're going to go ahead and use that little guy. This little pickup stick is really not working on me right now. I'm gonna have to probably buy some more of that little tacky stuff that it has in the inside. So we got 2 banners down, boo-boos. 2 banners down. Now for the third. And then, like I said, all you're really doing is just layering. I know that this is kind of like a little gold polka dots in the back. I do realize that. And I do realize that I'm going to be using silver. But who said you can't use gold and silver together? I mean, it still looked pretty cute, I think, says the colorblind guy. So anyway, I went ahead and I just layered this little bad boy, and I cut off all the excess so that, you know, it's just a perfect little envelope. These are the little bad boys we're going to go ahead and fussy cut. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these right now. I'm not going to glue these on yet because I do want to glue on the little border. And on this one is where we're going to go ahead and use that little bling flower. And we will be using some hot glue to glue that little bling flower around this envelope because you need the hot glue. I don't think that my Eileen's tacky glue would hold that down. So now just make sure that your little hole punches are where they're supposed to be. And then this is the little bling flowers that I'm going to be using. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little dot of glue on each and every single one of those little flowers. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. Now, I try to do this as straight as possible, guys, honestly, but sometimes it's impossible. But it still looks cute because it's just flowers. I mean, you know. Well, to me it looks cute. But anywho, I had a lot of fun making these little bad boys, so I'm pretty sure you guys will have a lot of fun making some of these little bad boys too. What about, like, if you're making these for one of your little classmates, if you go to school, or like I said, if you make one of these for one of your little coworkers, I think it would be really, really cute, because you could also put like a cute little note in each and every little envelope, and probably a gift in the last one, and the recipient could completely, you know, have fun and enjoy the little banner. And so in this little banner, I'm going to go ahead and use this little wooden glittered crown on top of this heart, because I don't know why, I just felt that that just needed a little crown. And then now we're going to glue these little butterflies and this little, what is he, a little dragonfly that we fussy cut, and we're going to go ahead and glue this on the bottom part. And I'm kind of making the wings kind of stick up a little bit. This is what I'm doing here. I'm bending them upward just to give them more of a dimension so that they're sticking out. And now for the grand finale one. This one I'm going to go ahead and make it simple. I'm not going to have too much 3D elements sticking out of this little bad boy, but we will be making it pretty cute. And so I'm going to glue down my little project style card onto this little bad boy and cut off the excess. Then we're going to go ahead and start layering this little bad boy. I want to put a banner in the very front of it. I know that there's a sentiment in the bottom, but if you've noticed, I've been using more sentiments on top of the sentiments, if that makes sense. It made sense in my head. I know it did. Sorry if it didn't make sense in yours, boo-boos. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and glue my little banner onto the very front part of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the sentiment in the middle. And this one just says best friends, because we are BFFFFFFFs, because y'all know we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and just use some washi tape just to kind of make it look like it's the washi tape that's holding that banner together, even though we both know that it's not. So, and then it also gives it kind of like a little bit of that, you know, metallic bling to it too. So it gave it also a layered look. I just love how when you're using all these different elements, I mean, you can basically see them pop. We're going to use the straw on these ones, so we will be using a little bit glue and just slide those little bad boys in there. Super, super easy. Oh, there's my baby. He's crying for me. And so you're just going to go ahead and do the same thing to the sides. Put some glue onto this little bad boy. And then you're going to go ahead and slide your little straws in there. Now, you don't have to worry about it, because when you cut that slit into that little straw, it's basically like a universal boo-boo. It is a one size fits all. So you could slide that little bad boy into anything to make a little frame. I'm even wondering if you could probably do it on a little bit of a thin kind of a chipboard to make a frame out of it. I mean, that would be adorbs. So anywho, now I'm just putting my little hole enforcements And then we're going to go ahead and find something to put on the very bottom of that sentiment on the last banner and on the top part, just so that it's not plain and there's nothing on there. So I was going to use this little rainbow bling, but I said, nah, I want to use something that's not so much color. I want to use something that's going to kind of pop and basically stand out. And I almost used that little yellow flower, but I'm glad I didn't, boo-boo. And then I said, how about some old-fashioned little flatback pearls? And that's what we went with. So we're going to go ahead and add the little pearls in there. I really like how that looks. It really kind of gave it that little extra oomph that it needed. You know what I'm saying, boo-boo? So we're going to go ahead and put some on the very top. You don't have to use a lot, just a little accent. A little is a lot. And that's it for these little bad boys. Now, to fill these little bad boys. So we're going to go ahead and fill these little bad boys with some goodies. I'm going to put some of that bling flower. I'm going to put some of those little project style cards and the little sentiments, some rosettes, and those little bows that I made with my own chubby little hands. I just went and I got some ribbon from Walmart and I made little bows of different colors, and this way you have them on hand. So now the recipient will be able to have that. And so sometimes some of these little elements are a little bit bigger than the envelope, so you just have to push those little suckers in there. Just stuff them, boo-boo, stuff them. And then do the same thing with these little project style cards. Now, if you do have something that's going to be bigger, then you definitely want to make bigger envelopes. And I like to just bag everything just so that it's already bagged, but you don't have to bag like the rosettes and stuff. You could just throw them in there. Jesse just likes being extra, and I don't want nothing to get lost or to get ruined, so I always bag everything. And then like that, it just contains everything. So anywho, go ahead and fill up your little bad boys, and once you filled up these little bad boys, now you can put in your little ribbon or your twine or whatever it is you're going to use. You want to keep this last because this will seal your little envelope. You could also use some tweezers to get out some of the ribbon. You definitely need to use your tweezers. Sometimes some of that little plastic, you know how I put everything in a plastic bag? Sometimes that plastic bag is in the way of the little hole, so you do have to use a tweezer to move that little plastic. You will see me do that on a few of these, like right here. The plastic is in my way, so I'm moving it, and I'm saying, let me in, little sucker. And I like to do it to where the ribbon is going to the back of the envelope, so that it doesn't interfere with any decorations in front of my little banner. So I like to do them from the back. You guys could do it in the front. If it's a really, really cute ribbon, sometimes you want to show it off, then go ahead and do it from the front. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and string it from the back. I just want to make sure that my little ribbon is all facing the right direction. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I was going to do the fishtails, but this was a total epic fail. So I just said I'm going to cut a slit and then just kind of seal it so it doesn't unravel. And there you go, little crafty monsters. That was it. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. So that's how easy it was to make these little bad boys right here. Make them for like a birthday party, for like a little coworker. I mean, how cute would this be if you guys have like little cubicles and it's somebody's birthday and you could like hang this up in their little cubicle with a little surprise in there, maybe like a little gift certificate. You know, I always go there. I always go with the gift certificates. I know, because it's easy. And you're like at the register and they're just like smacking your face right there and you're like, oh, that's right, I need to buy a gift. So they're easy. Or you could just like stuff them with all kinds of stuff. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a gift card. But if you're going to do a gift card, I would do a $5 gift card in each envelope. 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's still $20. Anywho, that's how easy it was to make these little bad boys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back, boo-boos, because you guys are the... I can't say that word. I can't say it, but you guys know that's what it is. So, thank you for returning, guys. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to come back. I know. Like I said, this move really kicked my butt. So, I'm back now. Now, I'm not going to go like full force, guys. Bear with me. I am bringing out these videos, and so we will be getting videos out this week, obviously. And as far as the going live, because I'm not really 100% sure if this whole internet thing is going to be, if it's going to be solved by Friday. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to go live on Friday, but I'm hoping if everything goes good, we will go live next Friday and everything will start to roll back to its normal self. And you guys will go ahead and see my mug again all over YouTube. See? I mean, you guys were asking for it, so I'm back. So anyways, like I said, guys, don't forget to subscribe and go ahead and share and share and tell a friend, because you guys' friends need to know how fabulous these tutorials are gonna be, because we're gonna start all over. Coming up are a lot of DIYs. Jesse, get it right. DIYs. And in the mix, I'm also going to be making a lot of little swap videos. So stay tuned for those, you guys. Also, just a little secret between you and I. See this little wall behind here? Jesse's gonna do something with that wall. We're gonna make like a little crazy design in here. It's all gonna go with the Jack Skellington theme, because my whole entire office is all Jack Skellington. Everything behind me is Jack Skellington. Well, not everything, because you know we got a little mermaids and the little unicorns up there, but that's it. Like unicorns, mermaids, and Jack Skellington. Everything around the whole entire walls is all Jack Skellington. So I want to go ahead and do like a crazy design. So I'm going to go ahead and do a crazy design on the back of this wall. And of course, when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and videotape it. So you guys are going to see the whole entire process. It's probably going to be like a DIY. That's what it is. Blur. Anywho, so stay tuned for that, my little crafty monsters. Until next time, goodbye. Whoa, don't